Hi, so today we're going to be talking about working with formulas, 6R5. It will be using some of the formulas for geometry that we learned the other day, but in my last video, but we won't need to necessarily know, we won't necessarily need to apply them. I will say that. Let's just jump into things. So again, I think that reading the problem is a really good idea for every problem that you do in your life. This one's saying Mike needs to find the height of a parallelogram. The base is 4 inches long and the area is 20 square inches. What is the height? So this one is asking us to choose the correct formula. So it's not asking us to do anything with these numbers yet. So the correct formula for a parallelogram is base times height. It's going to be area equals base times height, because base times height. Again, we went over this a little bit in my last video. The step 2 of 3 is going to ask us to solve it without substitution. And what this without substitution thing means is that it's asking you just to use the letters, to solve using the letters, but not with the numbers that were given. It's kind of a red herring. So we know that area equals base times height, and we are trying to find height. So what we can do is we can divide by b on both sides to get h by itself. So our answer would be h equals a over b. And then part 3 of 3 would be, which it didn't give me for some reason, would be to actually solve. So what we can do, we have our new manipulated formula that we can take. H is what we're trying to find, equals area, which is 20 divided by height, divided by the base, which is 4. 20 divided by 4 is equal to 5. H is equal to 5. Another example, Hamid is planning a vacation. The travel agent says the average high temperature of the resort is 20 degrees Celsius. What is the equivalent Fahrenheit temperature? This one is asking us to, without substitution, solve for the formula of the unknown variable in terms of the known variables. So without substitution is our key word here. We want to find Fahrenheit, so Celsius is equal to 5 over 9 Fahrenheit minus 32. It'd be times Fahrenheit minus 32. We want to get this by itself first. Well, not by itself. We want to get this to the other side, so we will divide. And when we divide by a fraction, it's the same as multiplying. So C, 9 over 5C. So we're doing its reciprocal. Dividing by a fraction is the same by multiplying by its reciprocal. I think I misspoke there. So 9 over 5C is equal to F minus 32. We don't need the parentheses since there's no other operations outside of them. F minus 32, we can add 32 to both sides. So 9 over 5 Celsius plus 32 is equal to Fahrenheit. That is going to be our answer. Whoops. This one is telling us the area of a trapezoid is 55 square meters. One base is 4 meters long and the other is 7 meters long. Find the height of the trapezoid. This one is asking us to choose the correct formula. We know that the area, we already can have some hints since these start with P, C, P, P, C, I. So A equals base times height would be for a parallelogram. A equals 1/2 height, base times B times C is going to be our correct answer. So we don't need that. For substitution, since we're trying to get height alone, we have A is equal to 1/2 height, B plus C. We want to divide by 1 height, which is the same as multiplying by the reciprocal. So A, 2A, 2 times A, because 1/2, the reciprocal is 2. 2A is equal to H, B plus C. Since these are in parentheses, we can divide by B plus C. So our height is equal to 2a divided by b plus c. And that would be our answer for without substitution. And then for substituting, it shouldn't be too hard to plug in those numbers. This one is telling us that us advertises an interest rate in decimal form, 0.06. If your initial investment is 1,000 and you want to accumulate 600 in interest, how many years do you need to invest? We don't really care that much. We see the without substitution keyword, which means that all we are trying to do is get the time alone, because in this equation, it's investment is equal to principal times rate times time. So we want to get t by itself. And to do that, we can just divide by p times r. So it will be I divided by p times r is equal to t. That would be our answer. Yeah, fairly straightforward. If you have any questions, please let me know.